In 1914, hundreds of thousands of men from all walks of life left their jobs and families behind following the outbreak of the First World War. Some of these men were professional footballers, just like the players here at Wycombe Wanderers, who were about to face a battle like no game they'd ever played before. The footballers formed two battalions, the 17th and 23rd Middlesex Regiments, made up of players from many different teams, who may have been enemies on the pitch, but soon became teammates in the trenches. In October 2014, Wycombe Wanderers visited the battlefields in northern France to pay their respects and learn about the sacrifices made by the true heroes of the footballers' battalions.
It was a really moving experience to see things that you wouldn't necessarily see anywhere else in the country or anywhere you normally go to see the vast fields and places where people fought, all in the name of their country. It's quite interesting, and it makes you proud to be a Brit.
It was just really interesting, you know. Obviously, I think people of my generation don't really know too much about the First World War. You know, I had no ideas about the figures of bodies that were never found. You know, it's quite touching, really. There was a lad of the age of 12 that went out there, and you know, it's just quite frightening, really, to think people that young were out there.
I think personally it just brought it all to life. You know, I'd learnt about it at school and read textbooks, but you know, seeing the Somme and visiting the graveyards just brought it all to life. And now Remembrance Day this year will certainly mean a lot more to me than what it has in the past.
I think it's good for every child to experience what the soldiers done for us.
My experience of the Somme was a real eye-opener. I think if you speak to the lads, it was a real emotional occasion to see what them guys went through. We were very lucky. We had a great guide that really made us visualise what it was like to be in the trenches, to be an hour before you know and you're having to go over the top and waiting for that whistle, and he really put it into our heads, the sort of feelings that these guys would be going through, and it was really emotional.
Being out there and seeing obviously all the gravestones have things like explain to us what happened in detail really did affect not just me but everyone. I'm half German, so I got to see like both sides of the story. So yeah, we went to the German graveyard as well, so it wasn't just all one side. So yeah, no, it's really affected me quite deeply actually. When we got back, it was quite a sobering effect when we got home.
Just made you feel aware of what people sacrificed for us just over 100 years ago. It was a moving experience.
Yeah, I think it's something everyone would be interested in, young and old, to sort of see how people fought for us and the amount of lives that were lost. I think everyone in every family would want to go there.
I'm glad I went to the Somme. It was a great experience for myself and everybody else. I learned a lot of things I didn't have a clue about, and I'm really glad I went.
Whether or not you're into history or whether the wars interested you, whether or not any of that interested you, I think whether or not you're into that, you should go, yeah, because it's not just about that. It's basically like it taught me that a lot of people give for people that they didn't know, and people would go to war and were willing to lay their lives on the line for people that they didn't know and people in different countries. So yeah, it's something I would recommend.
I'm inviting you to no picnic. It's no easy game against a second-rate team. It's a game of games against one of the finest teams in the world.
When you go home, tell them of us and say, for their tomorrow we gave our today.
They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor their years condemn.
At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.